Greetings and welcome to the Pure Camping Yoga Centre. The following practices are designed so that they can gradually allow you to build some strength in the back muscles, and they also help to free up the back a little bit and to improve flexibility. Yoga is something that you need to build up over time and allow your body to get used to it. These practices, although they're a little bit stronger than what you might have been doing before, they are still gentle, okay? So you do what you can. But first, you're going to be sitting. I'm sitting in a pose known as Vajrasana, or the diamond pose. If you are uncomfortable sitting in this way, you can put a little pillow between the behind and the heels, or you could be sitting on a stool. Now, if you still can't find a comfortable way to be like this, then sit with the legs straight out or sit cross-legged. So sit, place your hands on your knees, allow your spine to become upright, and allow the body to become quiet and still. Be aware of your body breathing. Aware of the breath moving in and moving out. And now if you've had the eyes closed, then open the eyes now. So the practice begins on all fours. I'm going to demonstrate the movements for you so you can keep an eye out, but once you become used to the poses, close the eyes and allow the awareness, draw the awareness inside. Okay? So you're on your mat. You may need for these maybe something a little bit softer than normal if the knees are a bit sensitive on hard surfaces. Okay? So you begin the practice on all fours. The knees are under the hips, the heels of the hands are under the shoulders. The fingers are well spread out. Now have the back in a neutral position, the head and neck in line with the spine. The practice of the cat begins down at the tailbone for this variation. So you start by tipping your tailbone up and letting your belly soften down, allowing the chest to open and the head moves up. And then you round, but begin the rounding again down at the tailbone. See, can you start to tip the tailbone under? You're drawing your tummy up towards your spine. You push into the ground with your hands, allow your head to hang down, and you tuck your chin towards your chest. And then again, let the movement happen from the tailbone. Tip the tailbone up, let the belly soften. Open the chest, head moves up. And rounding. Tailbone, belly, rounding, chin towards the chest. And then continue in your own tempo. So if you were to add the breath to this, and you know, it's good to add the breath when you're used to it, rather than trying to overcomplicate things. But if you were using the breath, you'd be exhaling and rounding. You'd be inhaling and opening. And over time, the wrists will become stronger. Putting pressure on the bones like this helps to actually build bone density, or to improve bone density. And then the movement is going to change. It's going to change to a more strengthening version of the cat, known as the tiger. So you start by taking the right leg back behind you, and you tuck your toes under for a moment. And that's all you really do for now. Front of the right hip is facing down. Again, head and neck in line with the spine. And then you're going to lift the leg up off the ground. So the back leg is lifted up just to the point where maybe the heel is in line with the buttock or in line with the back shoulder. You're not trying to lift it all the way up. And then you release the knee, you bring the knee under the body, but you need to round the back. Bring the knee under the body, allow the head to hang. And that's the practice. You're lifting up, leg moving up, head moving up, exhaling, rounding. If you lift the head up, it makes it a little bit stronger. So if the neck is beginning to bother you, just tuck your chin a little bit towards your chest, make the back of the neck nice and long. And exhaling, rounding. And then rest with the knee on the ground, hands on the ground, and then you're going to do the other side. So the left leg comes back this time, the toes tucked under, kind of pushing into the back heel a little bit, front of that hip facing down. You're lifting the leg up and can activate the tummy muscles a little bit, right? You're trying to build stability in the back, so you need the tummy muscles to be active to support them. And then you bend the knee, you bring the knee under the body, around the back. You stretch the leg back, lift it up. And then just rest. So the knees a little bit apart. You sit back towards the heels. You stretch your arms forward. You let your belly, your chest, and eventually your forehead down. If that's not possible for your body at the moment, you can always have one hand under the other, under the forehead. So you choose the position that suits you. Coming back up onto all fours again. So we're not quite finished with this practice just yet. The last part of it is to take the right leg up and back and stretch the left arm forward. So it's turning into a balance pose now. And you can have your eyes focused on something again. Draw your belly button up a little bit to give you a bit of strength and stability. And then hands down, knees down, other side. Breathing. Okay. The next part of the sequence is the half moon pose. So what you do is you keep your right hand as your supporting hand and arm, and you take the left arm and you stretch it, the left leg, and you stretch it back. So the inside of the foot's resting on the ground, the toes, the left on the left foot pointing to the left side. The left arm is just resting along the left side of the body to start. The right hand, there's plenty of support there from the right hand under the shoulder. The right shoulder isn't moving forward, it's rolling back. You're keeping underneath the armpit and the back of the armpit nice and strong. And then you can stretch the left arm up. So now you've got this long line from the right hand all the way up through the chest, up into the fingertips of the left hand. Head's just comfortable, in line with the spine, or you could look up. Breathing. And then, if you wanted to add a little bit extra, you could turn the palm of the hand to face the top of your mat, and you just lower the arm down over the head, so the inside of the arm is along the left ear. Breathing. Feeling that lovely length all the way down the side of the body. Release and taking the hands down. And then you're going to do it on the other side. So you're on all fours again, and this time it's the right leg that stretches back. Left hand is taking the weight. If you find that you're kind of off balance, that right leg, you can kind of move it a bit further forward. That gives you more of a kind of a stable base. Right arm just resting on the side of the leg. And then you take that arm up, you stretch it up. So there's this space between the shoulder, the neck. There's a length from the left hand all the way up into the fingertips of the right hand. Breathing. Turn the palm of the hand to face the top of your mat. You're going to lower your arm down over the ear. If that's too much, go back to the previous version. You're always listening to your body. Everybody's at different levels. And then just releasing. Taking the hands down, the knees down. And again, you're going to rest down. This time, you could try the version of moon with the knees close together. You could take the hands back near the feet, palms face up, so you can kind of release those wrist joints a little bit, and the forehead down on the ground. And of course, the other variation, if you're not comfortable there, is to have one fist on top of the other, forehead on the hands. Just stay there a little bit. Feel the lower back really kind of lengthening and softening after those previous movements. To come out, you're going to be taking your hands either side of the knees, and take your time. Keep the head down for the moment. And then you're going to be rolling up from the position, but all the time, so staying down for a minute, but all the time drawing your belly back towards your spine. So you're taking the weight of the body back as opposed to just lifting the head up. So you're rolling back bit by bit by bit until you're all the way up. And that's a lovely practice, just that rolling up and rolling back down again, lovely for the back. So we'll do that one more time. So the hands either side of the knees, you tuck your chin down, you're rounding into the back, okay? Bit by bit by bit, you're moving down. Then you activate your tummy, you're moving back into the lower back first. And you're rolling back up. And you can give yourself as much support as you want with the hands on the mat. And you're back up in the upright position. If you can't comfortably sit on your heels like this, you can always kneel. You can always be up on the knees like this. The last practice is the half pigeon pose. You can make it as easy on yourself as you like. So you take your hands forward, the right knee comes forward, the left leg slides back, and that's important, that the left leg slides back. Either the palms of the hands are on the ground, or at this stage your wrists have had a lot. Come up onto the fists, the inside of the wrists are facing each other, okay? And there's this lovely kind of long back from the tailbone up into the middle of the head. Breathing. And from here you can take a little bit of a twist into the movement, because in a yoga program you want to have a bit of balance. Forward bend, backward bend, a little bit of a twist, even for these little mini programs. So you're going to turn and twist towards your right a little bit. So right shoulder moves back, left shoulder moves forward. You're dropping the front of the left hip down. It's like as if you want to look back at that back leg. And then you come back to center. And then you're going to swap your legs around. I'm going to move so that you can see me properly. But really all you need to do is to come back up into the all-fours position, and then you can bring your left knee forward, your right leg stretches back. You're either up on your fists, fingertips or hands. You're sitting on your heel. You've length from your tailbone up into the middle of the head. And then you start to turn and twist a little bit towards your left this time. Left shoulder comes back, right shoulder comes forward. You're dropping into the front of the right hip. Breathing. Using your exhalations to let go of tension. And then come back to center. Releasing the knees again. And you can come back into the starting position where you're in Vajrasana, or the diamond pose. For those of you who might want to sit with your legs straight out, that's fine. You can make little circles with the fists, with the wrists, to ease them out. One direction and the other direction. And then allow the body to become quiet. Spine's upright. You can close the eyes. Aware of the contact that the body has with the ground. Aware of the upright spine, lengthening up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Head balanced evenly on top of the spine. Hands resting on the knees. If you know a mudra, you can place the hands in a mudra. One simple one is to bring the tip of the thumb and the index finger together, and you can have the hands palms facing up or palms facing down. These are little gestures in yoga that help to draw the awareness further inside. You're aware of this whole body sitting here. You're aware of your natural breath. Aware of the breath moving in and out. Om Tat Sat. The practice has come to an end. Little by little, being aware of the contact the body has with the ground, the space around you. Open the eyes. Begin to move the body a little bit. And go about your day.